Hello to all. The information about reading is taken from www.joyofsatan.org. How to summon demons. For people who had problems in getting a demon to appear, click on the link at the bottom of the page. I'll be reading the this question. People can ask questions later. Note to 24th of February 2015. This article was originally written over 10 years ago. Much has happened since then. Since that time, Job Satan have brought thousands of people to Satan to learn the truth and to advance in spiritual understanding and abilities. When I was new to Satanism and began writing articles and sermons in 2002, most of the small audience we had at that time were already Satanists, and some others who were familiar with the cult. Since then, the audience has changed to people from all backgrounds and walks of life have to come to Satan through Joy of Satan Ministries. Some of you are unfamiliar with the old grimoires and other occult writings that are and have been an extremely desecration and blasphemy to our gods. I am leaving much of this article intact, but please bear in mind, if you are new or unfamiliar with some of the content below, just be aware that this was originally written for an audience who was somewhat knowledgeable about all of this. For more in-depth information concerning the above, please visit the web page on spirit abuse. Hypertus Maxime Dietrich. Spirit abuse. I wrote this sermon a long time ago when I was new. Much has happened since then. This sermon concerns spiritual abuse. The demons are no longer bound. 5 dedicated priests of Satan perform energy work on each of the demons by connecting our souls to theirs over a 4-month period. The Goetic demons are not monsters we found, but important and popular pagan gods, many of which are ancient Egyptian. Anyone who is foolish enough to call up a demon using the abusive methods taught in the popular Jewish rite and grimoires, such as the Key of Solomon, will be in for a rude awakening. There is so much literally trash filling and bookstore shelves concerning the occult and magical practice. Many so-called esoteric societies and orders are nothing more than Christians, as they honor and work directly with Jehovah's angels, use Christian and Hebrew symbols, and practice spirit abuse. I read one of these books written on Goetic evocation in preparation to calling up a demon. The author, who was nothing more than an abusive sorcerer, describes in grave seriousness all the senseless daily rituals, prayer to Yahweh, along with special diets, sexual abstinence, ritual bathing, and fumigation. In addition, this foolish individual is terrified of the demon who he is so intent upon abusing, so of course he has to petition angels for help. After the abuser's repeated and exhausting attempts, the demon finally appears some months down the line and roars, scaring the holy shit out of the abuser and his partner. "To fools!" the demon roared. "This author is so stupid and spiritually ignorant. He can't even see that the demon is toying with him." The spiritual abusive author trembles in the confines of a 9-foot circle along with his partner. The book reads on, and after repeated attempts using coercion, threats, and so forth, the author is able to secure a few more visits and becomes bold enough to demand financial assistance. The demon replies that he is unable to come through as he has no power over the economy in this day and age. All the author go out, and the experience was lies, double talk, and much wasted energy. The author said the experience took everything out of him, aging him physically, mentally, and spiritually. He got what he deserved. These fools never stop to think that in death there is no protected 9-foot circle, and when one's soul leaves one's body permanently, the demons they have been enemies of will be waiting. The energy of a human spirit is nothing compared to the power of a demon. I know, because I have invoked both demons and decayed human souls. When we go to Satan with a pure heart, totally honesty, we are rewarded with knowledge and spiritual wisdom that few are ever able to receive. Demons appear to me on my altar, speak to me at various times, and give me advice and support very often. They just come to me. I don't even have to ask, not to forget to mention money. I don't know how many times I have found or particularly walked right into money. I have never gone without. It is also comforting for me to know I have real spirit friends who look out for me. I will be happy meeting them when death comes. I always treat the demons with extreme respect and always try to give something back in gratitude. I have found in my relationship with Father Satan one of the most important things to him is honor. Satan hates phonies, hypocrites, liars, weaklings, cowards, and people whose word is no good. Satan is strong on commitment and above all honesty. You make a promise to Father Satan and he will take you up on it, keeping his end of the deal as well. I was surprised to have demon friends I never even met or summoned offered their assistance when I was having problems. Andras, who has a reputation for killing those who try to summon him, appeared to me and offered to help me. The reason he has been upset is because of the extreme disrespect and spiritual abuse he and the other demons been shown for centuries by idiots, such as the author of the above and mentioned book. In addition to the demons who suffered horrendous abuse worse than the above at the hands of this Jewish scum for centuries, these abusers extend their abuse to the other beings such as elementals, pixies, and other astral beings. Abusive sorcerers are hated by astral beings everywhere, and in death and in their future lives they will pay. Satanism is the only way to true spirituality. In finishing, I would like to add there is a little or no need for props, other than of course those shown out of respect, such as incense to sweeten the air, candles, an altar, and other tokens of respect. If one desires to perform ceremonial rituals, I always beg before a ritual out of respect to Father Satan and wear clean clothes. Demons don't need a license to depart. This is as insulting as the 9-foot circle. Remember, we are Satanists and the demons are our friends. High Priestess Maxine Dietrich. Goetic Avocation. The Magician's Workbook, Volume 2 by Steve Savedo, second printing 1999. The author wrote of his experience in summoning Bim Boone. Many Satanists have met Boone. She is friendly and helpful when shown the proper respect and summoned through Satan. The sad thing is these demons are friendly beings and they have been viciously abused for centuries under the direction of those alien angels and their related alien entities that operate as the fictitious Jehovah and who work through abusive sorcerers who use parasitical magic, mainly Jews. In closing, for additional information and personal study, Libellus Magicus. This is the black book used by the Catholic Order of the Jesuits, Society of Jesus. The link webpage contains more links to Jewish writing grimoires at the bottom. Proof that Jehovah is the real devil, evil Jehovah. Few people study the occult to any real depth. Misinformation and confusion are what most people have. Satanism has been applied to many things, mainly anything that represents the cultural concept of evil, which is different in each culture. On one hand, pagan practices have been labeled as satanic, even through the ancient churches stole and altered them for their own uses. Then, on the other hand, we have the grimoires and black books. In truth, these are not of Satanism. The Jewish God Yahweh, Jehovah, his angels, and his Nazarene are using works of black magic and forcing demons to appear. The Key of Solomon is a prime example of a Jewish writing grimoire, which nearly all are. The sorcerer or operator, usually a rabbi or other Jew, in preparation goes through a preparatory period of fasting, celibacy, prayers to Yahweh, Jehovah. When the operator is performed, this can include living blood sacrifice of animals or human beings as directed in the Old Testament of the Bible. Quote, and two shall offer the burnt offerings, the flesh and the blood upon the altar of the Lord the God, and the blood of these sacrifices shall be poured out upon the altar, and the Lord the God, and two shall eat the flesh. End of quote. Deuteronomy 12:27. The operator casts a 9-foot circle and places a triangle off to the side of the enclosed circle for a demon to be forced to appear. At the end of the page are several links to online grimoires for further research and study. Here is an expert from Libellus Magicus, a 19th century manuscript of conjuration, the John G. White collection, transcribed and edited by Stephen G. Zeitz. There is Gerutarum Libellus, or the true magical work of the Jesuits. containing most powerful charges and conjuration for all evil spirits of whatever state, condition, or office they are, and a most powerful and approved conjuration of the spirit Uriel, to which she cited Cyprian's invocation of angels, and his conjuration of the spirits guarding hidden treasure, together with a form for their dismissal, Paris 15:8, Passam Anno Adventionis Christi 1571. This is the black book used by the Catholic Order of the Jesuit Society of Jesus. I name servant of a God, do conjure city and exorcise thee, O Spirit, by the 5 most holy ones of Jesus Christ, by his flesh and blood, by his torments and passion, by his life and death, and by the precious drops of blood which he has shed for salvation and sanctification of the human race, by his anguish and distress, and by the most holy and terrible words, Soter plus Shoma plus Geno plus Jehovah plus Elohim plus Rilach, example Veloch plus Devoch, example Divoch, plus Alvoch plus Alrulam plus Stopiel plus Zophiel plus Jopiel plus Fabriel plus Elophoi, example Elopha, plus Alisomas, example Alasomas, plus different Mabrach, plus example Malach, plus and plus by plus the words by which Solomon plus Manasseh plus Agrippa plus and Cyprian plus called together the spirits, and even as Jesus Christ sent from him his spirit and delivered it up unto the hands of his heavenly Father, so do I command thee that to appearest without delay and comes before me in a most beautiful, affable, and human form, and bring to me out of the spiritual abyss, and plus, without doing injury to me, without tumult, without thunder, without tempest, without fear, and without trembling, and place before this circle. And this I command thee by the deity and humanity of Jesus Christ. And I'm gonna say the last word. To discharge the spirits. Now I command and charge the evil spirits, that you shall bring to me immediately that which I command thee, and shall depart from the circle, abstaining from all noise, terror, tumult, and ill savour, which if do does not, I will punish thee both in body and in soul, abstaining from all evil to any creature or thing, and depart immediately to the place which the justice of God hath set apart for you. Depart from my sight, to cursed spirit. This I command thee in the name of and virtue, potency, and power of the most holy Trinity, plus Father, plus and Son, plus and Holy Spirit, plus behold the cross of Lord, plus fly the adverse parts, plus the Lion of the tribe of Judah, plus of the from the circle, by the virtue of the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, and by virtue of his words, which caused the earth to tremble in his name, and by his power I command thee that do thus immediately and without delay withdraw thee a cursed presence from my sight, by virtue of the words Messiah plus Soter plus Emmanuel plus Zabaoth plus Adonai plus Hagios Ho plus Tes, example Theos plus Ishiros plus Atantos plus Eleison plus hymns plus Tentagrammaton plus our Lord Jesus Christ, by that most holy name I constrain, plus thee I force, plus thee I compel, plus thee and urge and confine, plus thee to the place to which the justice of God has sent thee. Therefore recede immediately and continually, neither return hither again, unless I do call thee. This I command by the uncreated Father, plus by the uncreated Son, plus by the uncreated Holy Spirit, plus behold the cross of the Lord, plus by the sprinkling of the blood of Jesus Christ, plus by the virtue of the holy water, plus by the virtue and power of the Most High, plus shall disperse two evil spirit, plus the world is made flesh and dwells amongst us, plus. I hate this stuff. I'm not gonna read the last word. clarify things for people who in truth have no idea what real Satanism is. Aleister Crowley was not a Satanist. Satanists do not establish abusive relationships with demons who are the original pagan gods, nor do they pray to Yahweh, Yehovah, or his Nazarini. Here are the links to online grimoires for further research. The Key of Solomon, The Secret Magic of Abramelin, the Mage, Ars Notoria, the Notori Art of Solomon. I'll direct the links in the description. The most important thing you can do is to forget everything you have been taught about demons for sources that are hostile to Satanism. There is nothing but misinformation from most of the readily available and most popular writings. Following the instructions written in most grimoires is not only wrong but can be very dangerous. My own experience with various demons is that they are very proud, and once being respectful to them is very important. Late 2002 through spring of 2003, several high priests and high priestesses performed energy work on many different demons, including all of the demons of the Goetia. All 72 of the Goetic demons have been freed, as have many more. We found the true identities of most of these demons. Many have used different aliases in order to avoid being viciously abused. These demons, unlike the descriptions given in many of the old grimoires, are not monsters. They are beautiful, popular, and important gods. Note, warfare in most other worlds, especially those that are advanced in spiritual. It is not guns, bombs, and other methods used here on planet Earth. Asmodeus told Solomon, quote, "So ask me not many things, for the kingdom also after a little time is to be disrupted, and the glory is but for a season, and short will be the tyranny over us." End of quote. Demons are immortal. A season is but a few thousand years to them. The Christian God is losing power. Father Satan has informed me that our side has won. We warn everyone, using the spiritual abusive methods of the old grimoires is not only foolish, but will inevitably result in personal disaster. The demons must always be approached with extreme honesty and respect. The days of using enemy god names, angels, 9-foot circles, threats, and other destructive and abusive methods are over. Don't say you weren't warned. When we are new, most of the demons are willing to help us. The goal of Satanism is to become as a god. This means self-empowerment through consistent meditation and using the powers of our minds and souls to accomplish our goals and personal desires. As we progress through our own efforts, we become more and more adept. We should be able to rely upon our own powers instead of the powers of others outside of us. The demons are best when it comes to imparting knowledge and wisdom, so that we may learn and advance our own powers. As we progress, we should be able to be competent in all aspects of magic and be able to influence others and our environments on our own without any outside help. Although even with an adept, there may be circumstances where issues can be overwhelming and the help of a demon is needed. For spiritual guidance, the demons are here for us all, at all levels, from those who are new to those who are advanced. From my own experience, I would highly recommend to those of you who are serious in progressing spiritually to establish a close and strong relationship with a demon who is willing to work with you and guide you along the left-hand path. This can be a very rewarding experience, to say the least. Please bear in mind that all of us come into this world with different levels of psychic ability inherited from our past lives. Some of you may not be open enough to be able to sense a demon. Just be patient, open, and in time, with consistent meditation, your psyche will open up. I have also found from direct experience that verbal telepathic communication can be off. It can be open to other and sometimes unwanted astral influences can also be subject to what is in our own minds. Certain strong intuition about things, a gut feeling, ideas that come into our heads, especially those that are helpful, and helpful urges to act on something that will help to solve a problem, and opportunities are often the result of a demon watching over us. Demons, unlike enemy spirits, never give negative prophecy. Always remember this. how to summon demons. Always treat the demons with honesty and respect. Never command and demand or try to exploit them in any way. Oh, by the way, if you want to really summon a demon, you must be dedicated. If you don't dedicate, don't say I didn't warn you, because you're gonna experience something that well, you shouldn't. The demon, the gods won't really be nice with you, and for a better part, they won't even come to you if you're not dedicated. Just a warning. And if they don't come, then the enemy can come and mess with you to the point where you can go crazy. So this is a warning. This is a method for people who are dedicated and are willing to summon the gods for a very specific reason. If you're just gonna summon the demon just to chit chat, they won't come. I'm telling you, they won't come for that. They only come when you have a very important reason and a very important thing that you want to share, or that you want to request. For example, if you are dedicated, if for example your loved one has died for a couple days ago, or just today or something, and if you really want that your family member would go to where they will be safe and not drained of energy and then dissipate into aether and then just disappear, then you can summon Lord Anubis for help. He is very good at that. He is very calm and very understanding, and I summoned him before, and it was really a nice experience. He was very nice to be around. The correct methods for summoning a demon. 1. Know the demon you intend to summon. This website lists the attributes and available knowledge about different demons. All of the Goetic demons are human-friendly, as we know from experience. 2. It is important to have a specific purpose, know exactly why you are summoning a particular demon. 3. When we ask assistance from a demon, it is only proper to offer something in return. Be prepared to give something in return. This is something both you and the demon should agree upon. Remember, the elder gods value one's word, honesty, integrity, and one's honor as the utmost importance. Never agree to anything you know you cannot follow through on. Giving something often involves fighting against the enemy in some way. And if you are very new and you still need to advance before you can do reverse Torah rituals to fight the enemy directly, you can always agree upon with God that you will be working on yourself as much as possible until you are able to fully fight the enemy by with the reverse Torah rituals. This is just an example. One of the most important steps in the summoning of a demon you are not yet familiar with is to go through Satan. The reason for this are serious. Not all demons are friendly to humans, nor are all demons of Satan. Satan has authority over all of the Goetic demons. Most demons are friendly when treated with respect, and interactions result in a positive experience. I have found many demons that have caused outsider problems are often friendly to a confirmed Satanist. I have learned much through my own interaction with demons and through the many experiences of others, but joy of Satan members in the ministry experiences is as always the best teacher. There are different levels of experience when one establishes contact with a demon. 1. The demon speaks to us through our thoughts, telepathy. With telepathy, the words of the demon come to us through our thoughts. In the beginning, it can be difficult for those who are not as sensitive or lack psychic ability to differentiate between the communication from another entity and their own thoughts. With power, meditation, and experience, this becomes much easier over time. We see and hear the demon. 2. We see and hear the demon. This is with people who are more psychic and open. 3. We invoke the energy of the demon. This is powerful and electrifying. We are engulfed in a strong aura. During this time, we will often hear the demon speak to us, and we may in addition see the demon. 4. During an actual summoning, the demon appears and speaks to us through scrying into a mirror, in the smoke of the incense, or in some other manner. This is best for those who are new. With scrying, if we are sensitive enough, we can often feel the demon touch us if he or she chooses to do so. 5. tangible contact. Objects in our rooms are moved. There is actual physical evidence of the demon having been present. From my own experience, this is especially rare. There have been accounts of this in some books and such. I have for the past 15 years been deeply involved in telepathic communications with Satan, Lilith, Azazel, and other demons as I work with them. I only experienced this very seldom, especially when I was new to Satanism. There are accounts in popular books concerning extremely powerful energies and encountering when evoking a demon. To my knowledge, no one using the methods outlined on this website has ever experienced anything negative or overwhelming. I have invoked demons many times, see invocation and evocation, and the energy was never beyond anything I could handle or in any way uncomfortable. Magical evocation and invocation. There are basically two ways of summoning an entity or working with energy: evocation and invocation. Spiritual evocation is summoning an entity, whether it be a demon, spirit, decayed person, element, or energy, and the being appears outside of the operator. When working with energy, the energy is always on the outside of the operator and never inside his or her body. With evocation, there is never a direct tie or connection. Invocation is taking the spirit into oneself. The being actually enters the operator's body. An example is invoking a demon, and the demon speaks through the operator using his or her voice to communicate. Often when this happens, one's voice may change, becoming deeper, raspy, or different in some way. During scenes, often the medium is able to produce a substance called ectoplasm to provide a luminescent material in order for the evoked spirit to manifest itself visibly. There is a form of invocation as there is a direct connection with the spirit and the medium. There are many different beings. One thing I have learned is with Satan's demons, when they enter us, they never harm us in any way. We are always conscious and fully aware. When they are speaking through us, we are aware of what they are saying, and nothing is ever forced. One doesn't experience gaps or missing time as those who invoke angelic beings have. Angels often masquerade as demons. There are entities that are not of Satan, and when they are invited in, usually if these are angels or related ilk, they will take over and cause harm to the person who invoked them, and the individual will not have any memory of the event. They will have missing time and more than likely other lingering problems as well. Satan is the bringer of knowledge. He has no reason to cause anyone to forget something or have lapses in memory in order to hide something. People who dabble with angels and other astral entities of whom they are not familiar with can experience these problems, and then of course through ignorance and foolishness they blame the devil. Some demons come around and like to play. One time when I was at work, a co-worker showed me a photo of his girlfriend. I felt a demon enter me, and he said to me, "Go ahead." I began reading her. The co-worker was surprised at my accuracy. Of course, this was my demon friend speaking through me. Most available texts on spells and magic, due to lack of knowledge, all spiritual and magical knowledge, were removed and obliterated by the Christian Church. Not only give wrongful instructions, but instructions that can also be very dangerous when working black magic, using that energy and other destructive forces to avenge injustices. There is a great difference between evocation and invocation. When we invoke energy or spirits, we create a link to the energy or spirit through ourselves. Obviously, if one is using destructive or death energy, this can be very dangerous. Invocation also includes building up the energy with one's soul and discharging it through one's aura or chakras. This creates a tie to the victim. Most black magic spells that go wrong do so because of errors on the part of the mage. There are other reasons for a black magic working going wrong, such as the victim having a powerful aura that is able to deflect a negative energy. The victim is under powerful spiritual protection. If one is under Satan's protection, nothing can touch him or her, or bad timing on the part of the mage. There can be other reasons, but the above are the most common. Even white magic where healing is concerned can pose problems to the mage who invokes the energy before applying it. Anytime energy is invoked, a powerful connection is established. Obviously, no one in his or her right mind would want to connect with a disease. If the mage is working on money, personal power, or some other positive application of energy, then invoking is desirable. This also goes for love spells and working of lust. One must know the difference when working a spell, as ignorance or misapplication of the above can result in a spell backfiring or other undesirable outcomes. For example, evoking death energy. The advanced mage should be familiar with this energy. Death energy is prevalent in misfortune and cemeteries, places where wars were fought, where massacres occurred, and other places of death. The energy is grey, dismal, and depressing. The mage should go into a trance, surround him or herself with the energy, but not take it into his or her body. The mage should direct the energy using his or her will and visualizing into a ball or other form. The energy should be condensed tighter and tighter into the ball or form for power. The form energy can then be expanded or contracted according to how the mage intends for it to be delivered to the victim. If delivering to the victim's chakras, the energy should be tightly compacted and exploded or expanded upon entry into the victim's body. If the energy is to collect and adhere to the victim's aura, the energy should be expanded to involve the entire aura. Variations can be used according to one's individual preference. Formal methods. Copy, print out, or draw the sigil of the demon you wish to summon on clean paper. It is important that you be left alone and not disturb it in any way. Close your eyes and visualize the sigil in your mind as best as you can. It is okay to open them and look at the sigil again as many times as needed to get a clearer image. While visualizing, recite or chant the name of the demon repeatedly, either in your mind or aloud. Recite the following prayer. Lord Satan, by your grace, grant me, I pray thee, the power to conceive in my mind and to execute that which I desire, to do the end which I would attain by the help of Almighty Satan, the one true God who lives and reigns forever and ever. I entreat thee to inspire, state the name of the demon you wish to summon, to manifest before me, that he or she may give me true and faithful answers, so that I may accomplish my desired end, provided that it is proper to his or her office. This I respectfully and humbly ask in your name, Lord Satan. May you deem me worthy, Father. The demon can manifest in different ways. Through a mirror, as in scrying, you will see the demon in the mirror. Using and empowering a black mirror. Scrying can be useful means to contact demons and spirits, to foretell the future, and to secure answer to questions. Black mirror is ideal for this purpose. Traditionally, obsidian was the material of choice in the making of a black mirror, but the method described below works just as well. The cycle of the full moon is the best time to create a black mirror, as the moon rules the third eye and the sight. Any frame of a photograph can serve as a base for a black mirror. Take the glass from the picture frame and paint one side of it with black enamel. You will probably need to use several coats of paint. All base enamels are lasting, but they can take a long time to dry. Be sure to leave the glass to completely dry before placing it back in the frame. Substitutions for a black mirror include a dark bowl of black liquid or shiny black object large enough to focus upon. Black crystal balls are also available. I have found average everyday mirrors to work in dimly lit room. Candlelight is perfect. The empowering ritual below is for advanced meditators and is very effective. If you are not advanced, you can still use a black mirror with results, and wait until you are more experienced to perform the empowering ritual. During a full moon, go outside if possible, some place where you have a bit of privacy. Enter into a slight trance. Breathe in energy from the moon into your third eye on the inhale. On the inhale and on the exhale, vibrate inana, focusing so you can feel it in your third eye. Do this 30 times. Then condense the energy from the moon in your third eye and circulate this energy to your solar chakra and back to your third eye 9 times, ending with the energy stored in your solar chakra. Place a paper or a parchment of the sigil of Astaroth on top of the face of the black mirror, and place both on your altar if you have one. Astaroth is the goddess of prophecy. Write the following prayer on a clean piece of paper. Hear me, Lord Satan, I ask in your name that your forces bestow the power of prophecy upon this mirror, that I may use this magical medium to contact any demons I may call forth to scry upon for the revelation of secrets and knowledge. This is unknown to me. In the name of Satan or Lucifer, I petition Astaroth to bestow the blessing of prophecy and all the powers related thereof upon this mirror. All of this I ask in your name, Lord Satan, so it is done. At the height of your ritual, recite the prayer aloud, and when finished, light it in the flame of a black candle on the left side of your altar. Place the burning paper in a flame-proof bowl to burn. Now take the energy stored in your heart chakra and release it into the mirror by exhaling it, chanting the vibration is done with a hard g as in the English word get, without the T. The base of your tongue should be as close as possible to the back of your throat when you vibrate the Gebo rune. Gebo is Astaroth's rune and is used with workings involving powers of the heart chakra. The heart chakra, shaped like a yoni, is neutral and is a connector. With each exhale, vibrate the energy into your mirror. Visualize the energy entering the mirror. It should indigo bluish blood in color. There may be some green or swirls of it, and grow with intensity upon each exhale. You should be able to judge when the mirror is fully empowered and feel the energy leaving you. To use the mirror, position the mirror so it is at a comfortable level. You should be sitting comfortably when scrying. The room should be quiet and dimly lit, preferably with candlelight. There should be no outside disturbances. To begin a scrying session, enter into a trance and imagine the mirror is black liquid water, jet black like a well. Fix your gaze upon the mirror. The mirror will eventually brighten to gray and an image of clouds will begin to form. Be patient, for the ability to see images of spirits and events will come into practice. It is best to become familiar with the mirror before calling up any demons or spirits or using it for any serious divination. At first, nearly everyone sees clouds. This is a normal and a positive sign. With experience and persistence, one will advance seeing other visions that will occur at random. These visions will be uncontrolled. With experience, one will be able to call upon visions of will. An adept can experience visions that involve all 5 senses when scrying into the mirror. This can take some time, persistence, and practice. Demons can touch the scryer, carry on lengthy conversations, and interact on a more personal level. The visions can be to exist outside of the mirror and on all sides and surround the scryer. When not in use, the mirror should be wrought in silk to keep energy from escaping. It should be kept in a safe place where others will not disturb it. The energy will need to be replenished every so often. You will have to place your mirror in a window or out of doors under a full moon to absorb the lunar energies. To do this, breathe in energy from the moon into your heart chakra or third eye and exhale it into the mirror from your hand chakras. If you're open, you will see with your third eye and feel when the mirror is full empowered and sense when it needs to be recharged. True. The smoke of the incense. The demons appear directly when one is sensitive enough and in a deep meditative state. Prepare your area. Your first summoning ritual should be performed at night. The reason for this are the energies are different at night from those during the day. It is easier to be alone and free from distractions. When one has established relationships with certain demons, it is no longer necessary to perform a formal summoning ritual. The demon can appear to us night or day, and all we need to do is concentrate to contact them telepathy. This is done by visualizing the demon if you can, and or focusing upon him or her and calling his or her name in your mind. You will need a quiet place where you will not be disturbed. Quality incense with a pleasing fragrance. I strongly recommend when working with any new incense to try it out before the actual ritual or summoning, as cheap stinking incense is insulting to the spirits and can be embarrassing in any ritual. See incense. I'll direct the link in the description. One or more black, blue, or red candles. Black is choice, but red and blue are okay for substitute. If you cannot obtain blacks, also if available, the candle color of the specific demon you wish to summon. These are listed on this website. Your paper containing the demon sigil. Oh, and speaking about candles, if you don't have black or red or blue, and if you don't have any chance to buy one, you can always use whatever candle is available for you right now. As they got a really understanding about this. When finished with the sigils, find a safe place to store it, preferably in your own black book or journal. Always treat this paper or sigil with extreme respect and never burn it. The sigil can be reused. There is no need for a 9-foot circle or triangle. Demons hate circles, and there is no need for a license to depart, as both are offensive and insulting. Treat the demons with respect, and in turn you will receive the same. After the meditation to Satan, you should feel his positive energy. This is a good sign and a go ahead. If for some reason the demon doesn't answer, try another time. Many times the demon does appear, but those who are new to summoning or not physically open enough or experience to sense him or her. Most people have had to perform the summoning ritual more than once for the demon to manifest. Often the demon does not answer, but many are not aware. Look for positive coincidence and things out of the ordinary. Awareness here is everything. Always offer a token of appreciation and gratitude in return for his or her services. Some ideas are publicity for the demon working against the enemy, working to advance Satanism or any service that you both can agree upon. Please read the frequently asked questions if you are new. Frequently asked questions about demons. I performed the ritual, but the demon didn't show up. Answer: I have gotten many emails from people who, after several attempts at summoning, the demon finally appeared, and after this all attempts at contact went fine. Often the reason for this is one is new and or not physically open enough to sense the presence of the demon. Persistence and patience pay off in results. Satan is strong on one having patience, consistent meditation, breathing exercises, and if one is able to, hatha physical yoga will open your mind and soul. How do you know if the demon heard my summoning? Answer: again, this is probably because you're new. Look for subtle signs like candles and incense flaring up and sizzling during the ritual. Sometimes if you are physically open enough, the demon will physically touch you. Demons often wait to come to us in our dreams. Objects can be moved, doors can be opened or closed. This is very rare, but it can happen. Breeze can come out of nowhere. You may feel the demon's energy or have other personal experiences not listed here. Just be open and aware. Look for coincidences. What if I can't find candles in the right color? Answer: do the best you can to come as close to the color as you're able to. Because of Christian control and pressure, many places where black candles and other colors used in satanic rituals are sold are becoming scarce. Your desire and what is in your heart and mind are more important than the candle color. Candles of all kinds of colors can be found on the internet. Can demons be summoned only at night? Answer: the first time you summon ideally should be done at night. Nighttime is usually quiet and more conducive to psychic workings. The energies at night are different from those of the daytime. The right psychic side of the brain is by nature more active during the hours of darkness. Once you establish a relationship with the demon, you can summon him or her telepathically at any time by concentrating alone, unless the demon feels otherwise. He or she will let you know. If the demon is busy, which is often the case, he or she may acknowledge you at a later time, usually within a day. Do I always have to perform a full ritual when summoning a demon? Answer: no. After a relationship is established, just concentrating on and contracting him or her telepathically with or without his or her sigil should be enough for him or her to show up anywhere or at any time. provided you're extremely respectful and never demanding. Sometimes a demon won't show up if he or she has a reason, but will appear later. When summoning an unfamiliar demon, you should always perform a ritual. After summoning a demon and having close contact or invocation, I felt achy, tingly, extremely powerful energy, etc. Answer: demons have much greater amounts of bioelectricity. Their souls are much more powerful than that of a human being. Often, close contact results in an excess of bioelectricity that remains with us after the contact. Because our physical systems are not used to this, we may experience a heightened energy level and in some cases physical discomfort for a short time after the demon leaves. When we build up our own bioelectricity, we are able to handle more intense and intimate contact with demons and not feel anything unsettling. My own experience has been my skin feeling very sensitized, also like it has been mildly sunburned. Demons and the bioelectricity. Demons have powerful energy way beyond that of the average human. When we invoke them or have close, intimate contact with them, a variety of effects can happen. Demons' bioelectricity merges with our own. We are all individuals, and our life force is individual, operating on different levels of intensity. What one person may experience, another may or may not. This depends on many different things, just as the previous levels of the energy of our soul. The more powerful your own energy, the more energy you can withstand, with little or no unsettling effects. One's present physical strength and constitution also determine the amount of energy we can handle. People who are built up or stronger physically can withstand more energy from their own workings or energy from an outside source. People who do regular and intense physical exercise will find they are able to handle higher energy levels and progress faster in increasing their own bioelectricity. All of this takes time and patience. This is like climbing a mountain where one has to camp at certain heights for a period of several days to a month or more to accumulate him or herself before moving upwards, or otherwise experience some very unpleasant and sometimes life-threatening effects such as severe altitude sickness. We're all individuals and must move out and we are all individuals and must move at our own pace. Common sensations after invoking a demon or demonesses are skin sensitivity, tingling, urine signs vibrating or tingling, aching in the joints for those who have lower levels of bioelectricity, feeling like you are glowing and are floating, sometimes feeling anxiety, feeling heat or cold, exhilaration, intense dreams, feeling hyperactive or nervous, insomnia and other sensations. The lower your own levels of life energy, the more variety of effects you may experience. None of this is anything to be concerned or worry about, as it will pass. The above also depends on the closeness of contact with the demon or demonesses. Plain telepathic communication with a demon or demonesses rarely produces the powerful effect that having intimate relations does. I invoked demons several times and my skin tingled for a couple of days afterwards, feeling like a sunburn without a pain, just extreme sensitivity. Invoking demons before sleep can cause insomnia, as the energy of the demon or demonesses can keep you awake as it is intense and powerful. With self-empowerment and with increasing our own bioelectricity, we will always be able to feel a demon and have some after effects, but they will be minimal and we become stronger. Feeling a Kundalini surge when one is not meditating often indicates a demon or demonesses is present. Demonic energy feels much like our own. This takes experience in determining whether a demon or demonesses is present or whether we are just feeling our own energy. This comes in time and with repeated contact with the demons. High Priestess Maxine Dietrich. People ask the same old questions over and over again in the e-groups. Most questions are answered by clicking on the above link and taking the time to read the information. I already read it. If you have had problems in getting a demon to appear after several attempts at summoning, click here. Wait a bit. Psychic openness in sensing demons. I have received many personal emails and many posts have been made to the Joy of Satan e-groups concerning the summoning of demons and the troubles some people have with seeing, hearing, and sensing the presence of a demon. People come to Satanism with different levels of psychic ability. Psychic ability is when one's soul is sensitive and open enough to sense things that most others cannot. The goal of spiritual Satanism is spiritually empowering humanity. Human souls have been sealed up, and so little, if anything, other than the material world can be accessed. The Judeo-Christian churches have always been a tool for removing and corrupting spiritual knowledge and replacing it with lies and total materialism. The effect has been that through the centuries, humanity has experienced a generational atrophy of the soul and spiritual ability. People who have had psychic experiences are often at a loss to explain or even understand them. Most of us who have been with Satan through many lifetimes are more physically open. This also applies to anyone who worked in any of their past lives to develop their souls and psychic powers. Those who practice yoga intensely in a past life or past lives, for example, will have advanced powers in this lifetime. Not all of these people are of Satan. Some are even with the enemy. There are plenty of people who have not developed their powers in their past lives or in this life, and as a result, they are unable to sense the presence of demons when they summon them. Many of these people Many of these people feel they are being ignored, or they may feel disillusioned. There is no need to feel this way, as psychic senses and abilities can be developed at any time through power meditation, which is the foundation of spiritual Satanism. For those of you who are having problems, please be patient and try working on yourself for a while with a meditation program. Later on, you should try again to summon a demon. Awareness is also important as well. Look for coincidence or answers to your questions and concerns. Do not limit yourself, as answers can come from many different sources and in some of the most unusual ways one would never expect. If you tried summoning for several times with no luck, you need to meditate regularly. Every spiritual Satanist should meditate on a regular basis, regardless of present ability. I'll direct the link in the description for the satanic meditation. Please know that you must be dedicated in order to perform any meditations at all, because if you're not, you're some for root experiences, the experience that may even be that may even kill you without you even knowing this. Like, for example, you sleep and then you wake up and you're like that, something like that. Anyways, thank you for listening, and